Hi, I'm Tom Bowers.
And I'm Matt Meldrum.
We are Sons of Nothing, and we're here to talk about some of the tracks on our new album, Almost Paradigm. Continuing with the peace and happiness and good time rock and roll of the Almost Paradigm experience, we now come to Ricochet.
Ricochet. Now that is a happy little tune.
Yeah. It just, your toes start tapping and your heart starts flapping and you can't make a rhyme that makes sense.
So music for this one came first. I had kind of a riff going for this one a long time, and I was kind of going around some ideas. It's obviously a heavy riff. I don't know if it's the heaviest riff I've written, but it's pretty close, guitar-wise. Has an angriness to it. The general idea was kind of a vengeance. I think my working title for this was Vengeance. It was just basically the idea of that vengeful feeling that you have when someone really annoys you, which happened at one time. It's only happened to me once that somebody has annoyed me. Isn't that nice?
To the point where, a ricochet might be involved.
No. I am not a gun owner, but so anyway, going on, the music came first, and then I had an experience that really led to the lyrics coming for this one, and it was my wife calling me one day. My father-in-law was unfortunately slowly slipping away from cancer, and they knew that his life was coming to a close, and so I was on my way to see him for the last time. And I was driving down the freeway, and it just kind of occurred to me the idea of a voice being silenced for the last time. And it was very haunting to me, just the idea of a voice never being heard again, never producing new content. And that got tied in to, quickly to the phrase, the sound of a voice being silenced by the sound of a ricochet.
Right, and that's how, so that word came before the whole sort of gun violence angle?
Yeah, it was the phrase.
Wow.
The phrase came, and then, certainly there's some pent-up anger and rage in me from everything that's happened in our country from the standpoint of gun violence. And much like I would say on Brave Old World, I am not a pro-Second Amendment. I'm not anti-Second Amendment. I'm not a huge political person. To me, the focus and the theme of that song is not so much about taking a position as it is just a wish that we, as the so-called advanced society that we are, could figure out a way to make things like that stop.
Yeah, and to argue in good faith about it.
Yeah.
Instead of taking a position.
Instead of it just being a wedge issue for serving as a wedge issue.
Right. That one also came. The basic parts of that were already in place early on, and then we ended up making it longer and proggier than we thought we were going to. We added that section in 7, and I think. Is this one of the songs where we had John Flanders, our friend John Flanders, the woodwind master, come in and play saxophone on it, but he got confused as to which part of the song he was going to play saxophone on? Is that what happened?
Yeah, well, this happens when you record remotely and you're not in the same room, you're not producing in the same room. You say, hey, this is what I'd like to hear, this is the kind of idea. I guess I'm not a great communicator. So he basically played everywhere except for the basic part that I thought should have a sax solo, and I said, you know what, it's awesome, it's great the way it is, I love what he added to it, so we went with it.
Just keep
Happy
it that way.
accidents.
Yeah.